A Manhattan jury has awarded $2.78 million to a petrified au pair who was secretly videotaped by a creepy Staten Island dad and fast food chicken mogul. But the victim is outraged he got only a slap on the wrist from prosecutors. Michael Esposito, 35, recorded hundreds of nude videos of Colombia native Kelly Andrade, 25, then tried to break down her door as she cowered in fear after finding a hidden camera in her bedroom, according to a Brooklyn federal court lawsuit. He was arrested in 2021 on a charge of unlawful surveillance, a felony punishable by up to 4 years in prison. But the Staten Island District Attorney and a Staten Island judge instead allowed Esposito to walk, provided he undergo counseling and satisfy 2 years probation. "It's not enough for the whole situation I've been through these 3 years. It's not enough," Andrade told the Post before breaking down in tears. "I was angry because the damage that he caused me is irreversible." The South American woman underwent hundreds of hours of training before being hired by Cultural Care Au Pair, a placement firm, and coming to the U.S., where the company situated her with Esposito, the owner of 3 La Rosa Grill franchises, and his wife, Danielle. The Espositos were staying in Danielle's parents' waterfront Tottenville home while their nearby $2.3 million mansion was being renovated. The Espositos gave Andrade a bedroom to sleep in while she cared for their 4 young kids, but the au pair claimed she kept catching Esposito in her room, fiddling with the ceiling smoke detector, which was constantly being repositioned, according to the lawsuit. Less than 3 weeks into the job, she examined the smoke detector, finding a camera inside with a memory card filled with hundreds of recordings, many capturing her nude and/or dressing/undressing, she charged in the lawsuit. Within minutes of her finding the device, Esposito showed up at the house. "He seemed very nervous and he seemed very worried when he arrived to the house," she recalled. Andrade tried to pretend she was sleeping in a bid to get Esposito to leave, but he was banging on the door and she entered fight or flight mode, she previously told the Post. "I need to get away," she recounted. She leapt from a first-floor window, injuring her knee in the process. The first night after leaving the Espositos, Andrade slept on the street in a bush, her attorney, Zachary Holzberg, told the Post. Andrade reported the incident to cops at the 123rd Precinct, who arrested Esposito March 24, 2021. But in April 2022 the Staten Island businessman entered into a 2-step plea. After successfully completing a year of counseling, Esposito was permitted to withdraw his felony plea and pled down to attempted unlawful surveillance, a misdemeanor, with only 2 years probation, the Staten Island DA's office said. Andrade and Holzberg wanted Esposito behind bars. At the 4-day civil trial this month in Brooklyn federal court, Andrade testified for 3 days. Esposito never took the stand. The au pair said she was in shock just to be in the same room as Esposito. Holzberg said he argued that there was no consequence for Esposito, who got probation, a slap on the wrist. The attorney added, despite him doing this, he got to go home to his wife and children in their mansion and she's sleeping on the street. The jury awarded $780,000 in emotional distress damages against both Michael and his wife Danielle Esposito, as well as $2 million in punitive damages against the dad. "Right now I'm working on myself recovering," Andrade said. "It wasn't easy for me to be on a trial. It was a very difficult time for me. It brings back memories that I'm trying to forget."